Hello, BABSCon attendees or sponsors or panelists, CGs. Welcome to this panel, new PonyTube, New Faces of Content Creators, which we'll talk about, which is a Q&A panel, which we'll be talking about how we do our contents, give some advice, and also for the new creative content creators and the new community guests, people who would also take our words and how you can do your content and share and obviously give some behind the scenes of how we've been working. So we have some new digital artists, new magicians, new community guests like voice actors, voice actress, and new animators, of course, and some of the new faces who haven't been to BABSCon before. So first off, we can start from the left side here. First, introduce yourself. What do you do, and what's your creation? What is your content creation? All right.
Okay. Hello, I'm Ronan20181. I'm a digital artist and animator that I work on even art and post and help content creators do videos, animatics, etc. like that. I'm on Twitter too, but I get tired of that. It's myself.
Something. Oh. It's a bit tricky to get her to stand, but she's so adorable, I just have to have her. Hi, I'm Twitter. I make noises and apparently people like it. Basically, I'm a voice actor. I also do some singing in the fandom, and I do also some streams on Twitch, where that is called Chill and Chat, where I have other content creators in the fandom just actually having a chill and chat. We talk about everything from ponies, Transformers, what did you have for lunch last week, or the great cosmic question of why are we alive?
Alright, hello, my name is Derps, Derps456, you can call me Derps. I am a live streamer on Twitch. I am also a cosplayer, cosplayer account, Brony Knights Aware. You might have seen me around praising the Sun Princess. I still need to find Celestia, gosh darn it. I do lots of variety of things. I'm open to what I love. I'm open to anything else, like cooking, just art, anything like that. I would love to showcase that on my streams. But mostly, I mostly play games. As of right now, I am doing a charity event on my Twitch. I'm helping out St. Jude. I was going to end this Easter weekend, but I'm deciding to extend this because why not? But other than that, you might see me around twitch.tv/456. My socials will be right here.
Hello everyone. My ACLP Films. It's me, ACLP Films. I am a 3D animator. Mostly use Source Filmmaker just for making animations for the My Little Pony characters, either G4 or G5. And what can I say? Oh yes, I am known for creating the modified version of Squid Game and the cheering up for the Twilight Sparkle Cheering You Up, which was one of the things I've done for mental health. And yeah, I've been doing this just to entertain people, and there's a lot of things that we have projects to share also. I'm also doing more into motion capture, which is my new feature, and yeah, doing more comedy skits and stuff. And currently now I have, which I said at HarmonyCon I have 61,000. Now I have 71,000 subscribers. Yeah.
That's pretty sick. My name is Rarity. I do music, and I do mostly pony music, and so that's pretty sick. I do a lot of stuff that has like pony chops and instrumentation, and yeah, I'm really kind of new on the scene, working with a lot of different other new musicians and stuff like that. It's been really fun. Mostly utilizing YouTube and having like some success on there, as well as like Twitter. But you can kind of find me anywhere. You'd find music like Spotify and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Hello everyone. As you well know who I am. I am Luna Brownie. I am the content creator that manages YouTube. For example, I am the CEO of the Content Available Pony that I have been running journalists for more than 5 years. And I keep myself informed with the modern pony news for all of Latin America and the world as well. Well, it is my great achievement and I will continue on with everything. Thank you. This is my best experience for modern pony news. The YouTube channel for bring news for content. That's great. Okay.
Okay, so I guess we already introduced ourselves. So this panel is mostly a Q&A for for the rest of the minutes. So yeah, with all the new faces here, we're all glad to see you all. And we would like to start out, you guys can answer we can answer you guys' questions, or any of you have any questions to us about how you can start content creations, give some improvements and some advice from one of our different, like the musicians, of course, and magicians, animations and digital artists stuff, or Twitch, because we mostly focus on DeviantArt, Twitch, and YouTube. So if you have any questions, feel free to start answering some questions from you. All right.
Go ahead.
How long did it take for y'all to decide when you want to do your first crossover with, like, say, another creator? Like, when you're first starting out, I imagine you're doing things by yourself, but at what point did you decide, okay, now it's time for me to maybe include another creator from the community? Anybody? Open question.
Well, one of my previous projects was that I worked to make a video with Prince, whatever, and that basically started just when I didn't really reach out to him more than he reached out to me, but I would suggest like make fan art of their creations, or maybe reach out to the creator in general if you think you would like to participate in them, because most of the people big ponies out there, I think they're pretty cool and they're pretty understanding if you reach out to them and ask them, hey, what do you think about this, and whether we can do this together or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
okay. One thing I want to add to what you're saying is that what it also helps is that if you already have a YouTube video on the YouTube, then they can go and take a look and see how well you work and what you do, so they know what to expect when they're working with you. Because of course, just like you want to make sure you can offer them something, they want to make sure it goes both ways, and that they know how to work with you and who you are. Because just like you guys, we all know, for example, we all know who Silver Quill is, right?
Yep.
Yeah. He doesn't necessarily know every one of us. But you might have come across him, of course, this weekend, but he doesn't necessarily know you. So already having some of your earlier work helps a lot. Whether it's on a webpage, DeviantArt, YouTube, or Twitter, just so that they can get an understanding of what you do and what you already know. That can really help. Like for me, I am a voice actor. I can technically do stuff by myself, but voice actor usually always goes and look to others. We go to YouTube, Twitter is a big one, even though it's about to die, and Casting Call Club, because collaboration is basically what we do. We voice things, or we sing, or if you are multi-talented, we both sing and make music. I really hope to go into that, but I need to learn more instrument stuff. The best thing to do is to honestly just either have a casting call yourself, or tweet them. Be polite, but tweet them like, hey, the person you kind of want to try to work with, would you be open to do a collab? And then ask them to contact you in PMs, or give them in PMs, because you don't want to shoot your email out to Twitter. That's bad. Other than that, doing your own stuff is, as animators, music makers, that's usually what they do to start, as far as I know. And that helps because then you can build your experience until you start working with others. So when you feel you're ready, you feel confident to work with someone else, and it will be fun, not just for you, but for the other person as well, that is when I would recommend going to work with others, unless you're already joining somebody else who has a casting call where they need animators, drawers, voice actors, or musicians. If anyone is asking for people, addition. Just addition. Doesn't matter what you do, addition, because you're gonna get a lot of rejections, but when you get an acceptance, that's mwah.
I can also apply that for a gaming content as well, because usually, let's say if you're reviewing games yourself, then if you want to review games with another creator out there that does the same way, it just like what Flitter says, you just gotta work with them and all that. Or let's say if you guys want to collab together for playing a game, like playing a game together, let's say. I do have one example as well. I was actually playing a game with my girlfriend for one of the videos. It was one of the most ridiculous games I've ever played. Have you guys ever heard of Garfield Kart?
Yes.
It was terrible. My first time playing it with her, it was horrendous. At this point, I couldn't handle it way too much. But it was one heck of a video to go through. Especially that my girlfriend is also a content creator. We kind of do some kind of collab. You mean? Yeah. Unfortunately, she wasn't. She's unable to make it here. If we were to have her here as the co-panelist, it would have been amazing. But back to this whole Garfield card. Whatever the heck that game was, it was definitely lots of fun. Especially that we get some good content out of it, especially with our comedy material, which we don't bring up. But other than that, yeah, like I said, like what Chris said, just work with them. Yeah.
One thing I want to add, remember to be understanding that if they say no, accept the no because they are busy, or maybe they figure out that they don't have time to do other stuff. So it's like, it would be awesome if it happens, but if you get a no, then please, be professional.
I'm gonna try to make it simple when it comes to this. Usually when it comes to collaboration, usually I just have to be patient. Very patient when it comes to working with other animators, like or doing some YCH or commissions. So the only thing is just to be patient and always have a good connection. Try to create a friendship with one of the collabs instead of just always using it. Because I usually, being a director, it's just you have to have some connections and that's what I said. Be a little bit patient and create some friendship if you wanted to have more collabs and more commissions also.
I think one of the things I wanted to mention on the basis of creating friendships with co-collaborators is joining communities, like specifically on Discord. Like we kind of talked about Prince whatever. Like there is a established community there. Like, and you can establish yourself in those communities of whoever those collaborators that you want to be with, and like that's kind of what I did, to be honest. And like I think like being in those communities and establishing yourself there and like showing your art, showing your creations, showing your music, like is a good way to establish that you know what you're doing, that you're part of the community, and then like moving from that, you can probably like start asking people to collaborate, and that's kind of what I've done.
Okay, that's right. For me, I created the last notice of My Little Pony since 2017 for My Little Pony News. That's right. I am united for 2018 for since 2018 for being a collaborator for that right. This is the amazing creator for me, a content creator for make some videos for multiple news every week, every Tuesday for this part. Working every week for satisfaction and too much for me. That's exactly, of course, that's incredible for make this for YouTube, for many subscribers, for share these awesome videos for me, because I am the best journalist body for staying informed for reviews. That's right.
Any other questions to add?
Go ahead.
For content creating as PonyTubers, what are your thoughts on expanding content outside MLB? I understand that I think some YouTubers have done content that isn't MLB, whether it's stuff about games or movies or TV shows or whatever. How do you feel about like expanding into stuff that isn't just MLB content?
You know, I could answer that one as well. That of course I don't really do much pony content out there, but if branching out of it still while still having my OC out as like a PNG tuber, VTuber, and I'm still playing games that are outside of the fandom type thing. It just feels nice to at least try something new out of it, you know. Because I don't just branch into that, and like let's say I would be playing Payday 2, playing some interesting mods that I can find out there, or I would say what was that word again? VR chat, I could be using a different model that are just outside of the fandom. I could be talking with different people from there. If you feel comfortable with branching out of the fandom with like trying out other content like that, but you know you're still in this type of thing, feel free to do it, you know. So yeah.
Thank you. It's because I was wondering that specifically because like, you know, if I ever did try out to like do the pony videos, I would mostly want to do other stuff as well while keeping the pony PNG, because like it's more recognizable and it makes things more interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mostly it's like he already said that you can do both things. It kind of also depends if you want your community that will follow you and enjoy the things you do. I would also recommend listening to them, like if they want more pony, or if they want more other stuff, or maybe even combine them. Like say you would have the pony model in VR, but playing another game with that pony. Also, maybe it would look weird with a pony with a giant gun, but you know, we also have all the equestria. So don't be afraid to mix it up and have fun. Just make sure that YouTube is a bit weird, so make sure to mark your content properly in case, because if you have pony and more, then YouTube might be like, is this made for kids?
Oh yeah, thank you. I know YouTube can be really dumb about that stuff.
This is why I mostly focus on Twitch more than YouTube right now, as it makes me feel more comfortable. Like, okay, I don't even have to record anything. I just go straight in. I just do what I gotta do. Talk with my viewers. It's just it feels way more easier than that.
Also, the news thing about Twitch is that all the streamers are tap emojis, that you make sure that they drink water really when you're doing stuff.
Yeah, they have those points and all that.
So that's
and
really fun.
I think like you see some other VTuber streamers out there that have like some redeems that you could throw stuff at them, like apples and whatever the heck you throw at them. You can legit throw them, or you could drop something. You could drop a pie on top of their head or a box to cover them. It's just so interesting that like Twitch has some extensions to basically accommodate with what you want to do with your streams to make it more interactive type of way. That's what's pretty interesting about it. But yeah. Anyone got anything?
Anything you want to add? Okay, next question.
Next question. You, go ahead.
So how do you stay motivated and on task as a content creator between projects? Because I'm just gonna share a bit of a personal story. I'm working on my third video, and let's just say that, you know, because I'm also in grad school, what's been going on is I've been kind of pushing it back because I got other obligations, and before you know it, it's been half a year and my final draft is still kind of sitting there waiting to be recorded. So, you know, with that in mind, if you guys have any experience and advice as far as how to stay on task and making sure that the project gets done on time, especially since like YouTube is very much self-driven, where you don't have like a deadline, right, that your boss gives you.
You know,
how do you stay on task?
You know, I can definitely relate to what you had because college work is kicking me in the butt right now. I'm over here working on ceramics. I already donated one of the projects I had to do for the charity auction. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be here tomorrow after my panel that I'm also gonna host. But if you ever see a blue cylinder, you know whose it is. I did make it myself. I'm definitely gonna donate that one. It's something that I've been playing for a long time. But getting back to the whole to this question and all that, yeah, it's something I can definitely relate because of college, it's making me resign from my job. As a tutor, it's making me just push back to what I love doing, and honestly, I think it's because that I feel like procrastinating, it really sucks doing that. And I would have to say that, like, if you really want to get back to what you need to do, I'd say you would make yourself like a weekly planner of what you want to do to remind yourself of like, okay, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to work on, this is what's due. I spend more time on one day with my schoolwork, and then the rest of the days, if you have the free time for that, then you would be able to work on other projects such as your streams, your YouTube videos, or whatever, music, anything like that. I'd say having a weekly planner helps out a lot, especially that I took not communication. I took counseling 53 for my college, which was every week we make ourselves a weekly planner. That was part of our assignment, and making this, it definitely helped me out with what I want to do with that, such as me video editing and working on schoolwork and other stuff like that. So yeah.
I think with anything like motivation-wise, you kind of have to examine your why. And I think like a lot of times when it comes to like pony creation, like the why doesn't always hold up. And I think like, especially like when we talk like pony and name only kind of stuff, like we tend to, I think in my eyes, like for myself only, like I lose motivation. So like to answer the question before that, like when it comes to like creating things outside of MLP, like I don't really have a desire to do that because of how much motivation I get from just MLP alone. So I think examining my why is like, can I somehow funnel the brilliance in magic that I get from this show into something creative and communicate it to those that can also love the show through my creations? And like that's kind of like what motivates me, and like the reason that I do everything is like through that funnel of like, that's a necessity for me. It's like the only thing I like enjoy doing. And so like when you find like that, I think it's like it's a main line to staying motivated.
Let me make it simple. Yes, when it comes to my motivation, yeah, usually it really depends for me with the fans and what the audience wants. And yes, the more you keep on making the videos, the more, yeah, usually you get proud of, yeah, usually you get be proud of your contents, even though it's low or high. What else? what motivates is making what the fans really want and usually when I look at the comments, they're asking for so many requests for this specific series or something, or modify something. So usually, the fans can actually, and also the views of one of my videos actually also kind of motivates me because usually you have to, trying to beat the YouTube algorithm, like putting up the tags, the titles, the custom thumbnails. So I just keep on, whenever I'm done with a video, I just continue with another animation right away. And then, but sometimes I used to get burned out when I get lazy or when I have to prioritize with my family. Or even I usually go on VR chat and hang out with my friends who I do care for. But usually I had to prioritize with something that's important. And YouTube's been around. My YouTube has been doing right. But there should also be a time to have some changes. Whenever some changes. Videos that you make or animate something, it can be a learning experience for all the things that you actually did wrong or actually what you achieved. So because I have to make some changes for my channel because I'm no longer making POV or mental health videos, which motivates me to make more because it blows up so much. But then there's a time, like for example, the Jaws sequels got more worse, but then the my mental health videos. Because when it comes to making mental health videos, it's a very complex thing, so you have to do a lot of research. Again, more on research and stuff. And just to keep your alive and safe and that's it.
One thing.
Oh, sorry about that. But as what he said as well, to also add up to what he said about knowing your research, you also got to know your audience as well. Because I know that sometimes with YouTube comments as well, they would also have to criticize about the subject matter and stuff like that. So again, research, knowing your audience is a major key for that.
Well, I was going to add that for motivation purposes, I think talking to a very large boost of motivations, and just basically talk to your friends. Don't think about if you get negative comments or negative views. Don't worry about it too much. Just do it because of your passion and stuff like that, and you will get good stuff along the way.
I'm just crashing into the wall. What I want to say is don't fall into that trap where you're only looking to others when you're making stuff. Your motivation comes from what motivates you. If you're not having fun working on something, then stop. Take a second look at it. Take a break. Sometimes you have to take a break because real life or other stuff. The thing is, your content will come when it comes. And the people who want to see it, even if they would like to have it yesterday, they're still going to be happy when you do upload it 3 weeks later or half a year later. The thing is, make the things that you want to make. And the people who likes it will come. So have fun.
Go ahead.
Yep.
Have you ever had to pivot your channel if you've done YouTube or anything? I've been messing around on YouTube for 10 years and I jokingly did a challenge in February for no fast food. I went from barely 50 subscribers, now I have 600 and I don't know what to do because I don't want to do a weight loss channel. I just want to do our pony vlogs and that's what we like doing. We just post our vlogs when we go to different conventions. So.
Also, do what you want to do, and the people who likes it will come. You don't have to do everything that's trendy. Trendy can help you get boost, but you don't have to do it. You do what you want to.
It was fun, but I don't want to do it. That was a lot of work, man.
Yes, it is a lot of work. Everything, every video, every project is a lot of work, but it's work we like. So do what is fun.
When it comes to trend chasing, usually when it comes to me as an animator, I usually just follow up looking at all these memes and trendings, and then I wanted to recreate them as a ponified version, like what I did with Sap Cat Dance Me, Budget Butcher, and Make Your Own Kind of Music. Usually they make boosts, but they're. I was thinking about if this video is gonna blow up or not, but it really depends on your audience and what has been trendy. It's either new or old or something.
Do you know who your audience is? Like, is
Yeah.
there some secret?
Yeah, most of my audience is most of my audience are just mostly the MLP audience, but well, really depends on the statistics. I look at the statistics. I mostly have subscribers coming from Squid Game MLP edition, which mostly more people wanted to have ponified versions or maybe another recreation, but that's not ponified.
You know, that's here. I need to give out a question for you. What was your favorite meme of the animation video you've done?
Oh, goodness. Never had that question for a while. I have plenty of those, so I can't rely on the most viewed video, but I think it's the make your own kind of music meme. I don't know why, it's just when whenever that looks as the dash in the street, in the
Alright, anyone to ask here? Before we get some other questions.
That's very cool. That's very. I don't know. Sorry, I'm nervous.
You're doing great.
I think like on the second question that you asked, like how do you know your audience? I think it should
Yeah.
be intentional ahead of time. I think like you should kind of like understand like what you want to give to the world and kind of like maybe make a picture of that type of audience in your mind while you're making it. And I think like that kind of helps me quite a bit. Like if you don't like EQG, you're probably not gonna like my music type of thing. Like I kind of know that's the audience. Like which allows a lot of crossover for me too. Like to other animated, Western animated type of material. So I think like, yeah, like kind of being like, all right, this is kind of who I want to make music for, or whatever you're doing. Make videos, make music, make art for, like, when you're making it, like, I think helps establish, like, that's kind of the audience that's gonna, like, actually, like, want to cling on to it, so.
Thank you.
We can go for the next question.
Another question.
Any other questions out there? Go ahead.
What do you think is the hardest thing about establishing yourself as a content creator?
What's the hardest thing?
Making an OC.
Creativity. It's that difficult. Oh yeah. Being unique, I think that's what's making it a lot more difficult because of course again, getting back to the whole trending thing. Yeah, there are trending stuff, but it's just gonna be the same thing and all that. And to mention about being yourself and all that, yeah, it takes a while to figure out what you need to do. It's just, it's just creativity. I don't have that. I've taken art classes. What am I doing?
Well, then when the lack of creativity comes in, that's also my LC Flutterchris that you guys my LC Flutterchris. I had like 5 different characters in mind when I was trying to make my own LC like 5 years ago. And I had no idea because I don't know, am I a unicorn, am I zebra, am I earth pony, what am I? I have no idea because I didn't really have no clue. So I asked a friend of mine back then, like, hey, can I bounce some idea off here because I'm having issues choosing a name and finding pony OC because I want that one. It's kind of what people get to know you as. It kind of becomes your trademark, your face, everything. And we sat down and talked. Like, I know I wanted a yellow pony because yellow is one of the things. Yeah. And we sat down, found stuff back and forth, and when I kind of understood more and more about the different races of ponies, I felt like, no, I'm not really a unicorn because I don't feel I have the mental capacity because of my ADHD, blah, blah, blah. So unicorn was out of the house. And then earth pony are always, also, yes, I am pretty stubborn, but I'm weak. So I didn't feel the earth pony would fit either, so ended up like default being a Pegasi. And the hair kind of came later, but it's a pretty unique one actually. I haven't seen anyone else with that style, but I really like blue and green, so they kind of match together. And then it was like, okay, we have a face, that face needs a name. What am I gonna do? People were already calling me Chris because it's a short name for my real name. So I was like, I kind of want a pony name, but I like the Chris as well because it's easy, because Norwegian names are hard. So he joked about, yeah, let's just call you Flitter instead of Flutter because you behave like Flutter. And I'm like, And then I had no say, everybody started using it, so I'm like, okay, fine. So sometimes your names get picked for you. Embrace it.
And the rest is history.
Yes.
I'd like to say that one of the hardest part of establishing yourself in the creative space is establishing your brand, as in what makes you unique, what makes you, well, you, like establishing yourself and set yourself apart from other creators is, I believe, one of the most important things, and also one of the hardest, because you always have to find what you're great at and what you specifically want to do. Now, this brand can always change and morph into other things, but to establish that thing first and gain an audience with that brand is, I think, is very important. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, next. Another question?
Yeah.
Alright. I just had a thought of it as well. My creativity was that crap when I was a kid. I don't even want to mention the name. I don't even want to mention how it looked like. It was just that terrible.
Edgy.
I'm sure it's
Like, I was a small child. Looking back at what I drew, what the frick am I doing? What is my creativity? And now looking at this here, I got and just so you know, this one, I originally designed this off of Town because I don't even know how, I wasn't even an artist back then. But then, that's when it blew up in my mind. And this year, it didn't have the orange patterns around it or the horn at all. All this was just the wings. It was still, my creativity was still crap. But I had the name, which was based off of the red versus blue character name premise as well. I mean, it kind of sounded like a BOGO name. I mean, I guess so. And then I decided to rebrand this one, and that's when oh, I should really use my old design as a little part of the backstory. And again, there's just sometimes where creativity may just reach out to you, and yeah, you'll be able to open its door into that. So just wanted to add that up.
One last thing, if you have a lot of trouble and getting stuck, there are great artists out there that are happy to help you create a balanced and good OC. For example, my cutie mark was made by Lightningless. She helped. I was a black sign for about 4 years until she helped me find something that I felt actually fit the character. That's okay. You can be a black sign. That's fine.
I mean, the wings are the reason why.
I mean, a black sign OC is pretty cool now.
Yeah, it's rare. So you know, don't be shy. You can ask around for it. You can stay wherever you want.
Yeah,
And you also have to be very simple. Be very simple too.
Yeah. Any other questions up there?
I just had one last thing on what you said in terms of like breaking in, and in terms of OCs and combining that. Like I use the same artist for every single thing I do. Their name is Flutter, the 3, and I commission the same artist all the time for every single video, for every single album artwork, everything. And it really establishes a presence of like, this is my OC, and like this is what my OC looks like, and this is how I'm going to establish brand messaging and brand presence and positioning. And I think just generally working with the same creators and same people can help establish like what your OC kind of like is, rather than like going to like a bunch of different commissions and a bunch of different artists and kind of like convoluting your OC in people's minds. Like having a really good powering message through utilizing the same few creators, I think really helps a lot.
Okay, I would just like to, I'm gonna make a question to all of us here. What makes us choose our username? What makes us have our name, like me? So why am I ACLP Films?
Well, mine was kind of chosen for me, so.
I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Well, mine was just a game from Timeclock.
Running from Timeclock?
Yep, running from Timeclock too. And I literally, I just needed this name for my Steam time.
That game is freaking amazing, by the way. Oh man.
What?
That game is freaking amazing, though.
Legendary. Maybe when I'm dead, we'll get a Timeclock. But regardless, yeah, that's
Once
it.
Apex Legends needs to stop being itself.
Apex. Something.
Just EA, please calm it down. Oh my goodness.
EA, please stop holding
Alright.
Respawn hostage.
We're getting off track.
Yes.
Yeah, we are. Anyways, I digress. The OC name, like I said, I got this off of Red vs. Blue. I thought it was a good name for a changeling. But as for this one right here, I used to be Derpy Gaming 456. I used to have that name for a while, but then it felt like a bit too simple, and I wanted to make it just shorten it out by just saying Derps 456, and that is actually the reason why I chose Derps is because it's actually my Kirby OC name. Yeah, that one I've had for a very, very long time, way before I made this guy right here. It was pretty interesting that, like, you know, at least I can bring back something to at least use it for my actual content creation name. So
Yeah, one thing I want to add about that, if you are making content, keep everything under one username. So people know where to find. I'm not saying use the username for inlogging, I'm saying use the name for your Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, wherever. They need to find you. And if you have only one name, then they will find you everywhere. If you suddenly have 7 different names for 7 different platforms, then it's going to be like, so
you're scrambling so much here.
Yeah, for me, where I got the ACLP Films, ACLP is just my initials, my full name initials. And films, I just usually focus, just use that randomly films, because I do like make an animation that is kind of long, like I did to, like Squid Game and stuff. But I would definitely I'm still having a lot of projects that can be around 20 minutes or 18. So yeah, films. And yeah, people call me AC for short, and that's why I'm called it. It's still pretty random called ACLP Films.
Yeah, so my name is Rari, and like it actually has more to do with RAR XD than it has to do with RAR X3 with like rarity. But like I really did like the idea that I could combine the two and kind of make it a vibe. Like I really enjoy Rarity's backstory, and like I feel as though like I kind of like vibe with it. I'm kind of like coming from a background that I don't know if you like totally get, and then like trying to make something of yourself, I guess. And so like I think that kind of was a vibe. And then as well as like I've just been making like music for a long time since the MySpace days, and so like RAR XD or RAR X3 has kind of just been the vibe. So
for me, it is my best creator for me. I am not running for this camera. This my accomplish. This my best for I capture more information on blogging videos for this part. For me, this is the best. Do you like Princess Luna? Raise your hands. Do you like Princess Luna? Oh, that's right. The fun has been doubled. Is right.
All right, we need spend more time. We have probably around 10, 15 minutes. So, any more questions to add? Anything? If not, maybe we can ask questions.
Any shameless plugs of what you're working on right now or something you're looking forward to in the next month or two?
I can start off. I'm currently working on an audiobook for Pure Tank Girl that is Fallen President Dead Tree. Yes. So I'm the narrator there. So we have two narrators. One, because we're gonna have two versions, they're a little bit different. So I would recommend listening to both. But for now, some of the chapters are free on YouTube on Shotgun Angel Productions. We are making original music, animations, so filmmaker animations, art, and of course the audiobook itself. And the books she has, you can actually buy the books in the vendor hall. There's someone else selling them right now for Flora since she couldn't make it here right now. Or this year? This year? Yeah. Other than that, I make music with Lightning Bliss as Rainbow Orchestra, and of course I do some stuff here and there for other people and my own children cats. So all of that are really fun, and I'm always looking forward to doing other collabs.
Currently, I'm actually working with Prince again. Thank you. But I don't think I could disclose what exactly it is. But yeah, just something big, I guess.
I do have a few in mind. One, I'm actually gonna try to finish this one. This was actually, like, it's an animation I'm gonna be working on. Yeah, I also do animation. All thanks to this guy over here, making me add up to my schedule. But no, in all seriousness, one animation which it's a little simple one. This one is actually from one of Kanye's albums, Donda, which was called No Child Left Behind. I wanted to add something up where he in one of his concerts, his listening parties for the song, is that he had a harness on him, and he was lifted up like he's risen, you know, the 40 man or whatever. It was that time, but no, he's rising up as if like, he's going up. And then that's what I wanted to add because it's just one of those songs that actually stuck out to me, and I kind of wanted to do that one. Another one is, like I said, I'm still continuing to. I am going to be extending my charity stream to help out St. Jude, the Children's Hospital. As of right now, we raised up like about $25 right now. My goal is like around 1,000 right now. And just so you know, if my first milestone, which is going to be $100, I'm going to eat a 2x spicy ramen. I decided to try. I wanted to try it out last time, like around a week ago. I tried out the 2x spicy ramen myself. I wanted to see how it is, and then so I can prepare myself for the stream if we ever make that milestone. I tried it out when I was in a Discord call, and my girlfriend. I was in a call with my girlfriend. She was hearing me suffer so much. I ate the entire bowl without drinking any milk, without any water or milk. I was lightheaded as hell. It was way too much for me. And right after I finished the bowl, I could barely move. I decided to grab the milk and everything. Go ahead.
Helpful hint for you: lemon juice.
Lemon juice.
It's acidic and it kills the chemical that activates the burn. Milk just.
I'll definitely keep that in mind once the charity streams comes up. I appreciate that.
It's got to be real lemons that you squeeze into, not the artificial stuff, the real stuff. I've done the Pocky one chip challenge 4 times, and one time I ate 2 of them at the same time. It works.
Oh boy.
Jeez, okay. That was 8 minutes? Okay, I'll make this quick. Never mind, but yeah.
Yeah.
And after that, I had to lay down on the bed. I passed out. I passed out.
The only list of, I recommend all the mental health videos, so this time one of the plans is making the final POV of Pony of Light video, cheering up Twilight Sparkle. I wish I could explain more detail, but it's about Twilight Sparkle having a nightmare and getting cheered up by the viewer. And I'm planning to make more mocap videos, like the Home Alone modified mocap. I've been working on All of Us Are Dead Pony Edition, and then the League of Legends music video. I wish I'm gonna be trying to do everything goes on music video, and then a Sunny Starfelt Harry Potter Instagram Pony video, and yeah, one of those I have here in the rest of you. So yeah.
My only real shameless plug is that I'm playing 8:15 at Mayhem tonight.
Yeah.
And my awesome girlfriend is playing after me, so if you'd like to check that out today. I'm also going to be at the merch tables and selling my music and giving out free posters and stuff. So and maybe even stickers if people ask for it at the table. Just come through 8:15 at Mayhem.
I'd like to please watching YouTube videos for entertaining and watching My Little Pony Generation 5, the Generation 4 version is magic. I would like this for Generation 5 and watching My Little Pony Major Mark for Netflix. This is my best series ever. Generation 5. Do you like Generation 5? Raise a hand. Raise the hand. Do you like Generation 5 for My Little Pony? Oh yeah. Do you know maybe Generation 5 My Little Pony? Oh no.
Chris, you broke it.
No,
You gotta pay.
See you, Blair.
Yeah.
Okay. Who knows My Little Pony Generation 5? Right. Okay, that's good. Generation 5 is awesome.
Okay, so probably have 5 minutes. Any last questions from one of you, or anyone with a great question?
We might as well take one more.
If not, then here it is. There it goes.
Favorite pony.
What?
Favorite pony.
Favorite pony.
Oh.
Quick as possible.
That was the first thing I came up to you. Or saying no hesitation. Alright then. I have a few of them. Fluttershy, Queen Chrysalis, and Princess Luna. As for Brony Knight Solar, that's Princess Celestia.
Oh.
For me, it's just Twilight Sparkle and Fluttershy. That's, if you notice, if you notice in my videos, I've been choosing most of them in my. I don't know why. It's just they're the cutest.
I really like Pinkie Pie.
Huzzah! I love Princess Luna! And this Sunny Star Scallop, Chip 5, and Easy Boombo.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, so alright. We have 4 minutes. Any other questions? If not, then thank you so much for attending the New Creators and Content Creators. I'm so glad that we're all here, and thank you so much for attending, and I'll see you all around at BABSCon. And thank you so much. And also, we're giving out SFM posters and autographs from me. If you'd like to get one, you're free to get one.
If you guys would like as well, my social media is right in front of